Warren Buffett didn't invent the iPhone. He didn't code in a garage. He didn't YOLO into Bitcoin. He just sat in Omaha, ate McDonald's, and read annual reports like they were bedtime stories. Picture this. It's 1941. An 11-year-old kid in Omaha buys his first stock, 3 shares at $38. It tanks to 27, climbs back to 40. He sells, makes a tiny profit, feels smart until it rockets to 200. That kid? Warren Buffett. That moment? His first brutal lesson in patience. Fast forward to 2025. He's worth $160 billion and still lives in the same quiet neighborhood. No private island, just Coca-Cola and compound interest. So how did he beat every hedge fund bro on Wall Street? He bought boring stuff, chewing gum, insurance, furniture, and just sat on it for decades. This is how the chillest billionaire on earth beat the system, by ignoring it. We're breaking down how Buffett became the GOAT by doing nothing, better than anyone. Buffett's rules for winning. Buffett's entire strategy? 2 rules. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Simple? Yeah, but that boring mantra made him richer than most countries. From 1965 to 2024, Berkshire Hathaway averaged 19.8% returns, almost double the S&P 500's 10.4. If you threw 10 grand into Berkshire back then, you'd be sitting on over $300 million today. And no, he wasn't day trading with 6 monitors. Buffett doesn't play the market. He buys businesses, real ones, with customers, with profits, with stuff people actually use. That's called intrinsic value, how much cash a business will spit out over decades, brought back to today's dollars. In 1988, he grabbed $1.3 billion worth of Coca-Cola stock. Today, worth $27 billion. Why? Because Coke isn't just sugar water. It's a global vending machine for cash. During the Black Monday crash in 1987, when the market dropped 22% in a single day, Buffett didn't flinch, didn't sell, didn't even blink. If the market closed for 5 years, I'd be fine, he says. The $1 million bet that humiliated Wall Street. In 2007, Warren Buffett made a bet that most hedge fund managers still wish he hadn't. He wagered $1 million that a boring, low-cost Vanguard S&P 500 index fund with 0.04% fees would crush 5 fancy hedge funds hand-picked by protege partners. The hedge funds, over 200 of them, diversified, actively managed. Elite, the index fund, just the market. From 2008 to 2017, here's how it played out. The S&P 500 index fund, up 125.8%. Hedge funds, up a sad 36.3%. Even after the 2008 crash, where the S&P 500 dropped 37%, giving hedge funds an early lead, Buffett didn't flinch. He knew something they didn't. Fees kill, complexity kills, and Wall Street overcharges for underperformance. By the end of the decade, Buffett didn't just win the bet, he humiliated an entire industry. He turned $1 million into $2.2 million thanks to compounding and donated it to Girls Inc. of Omaha. His message? Wall Street charges too much for promises it can't keep. You don't need hedge funds. You don't need to beat the market every year. You just need time and to stop lighting your money on fire with fees. Omaha versus Wall Street. While Wall Street's snorting lines of caffeine and FOMO, Buffett, he's chilling in Omaha, Nebraska, where the loudest noise is corn growing. We get facts here, not stimulation. In New York, every 5 seconds someone's yelling, "Buy the dip, short the Fed, did you see the CPI?" If I were in Wall Street, he says, I'd probably be a lot poorer. Why? Because Wall Street is loud. Omaha is quiet, and quiet makes you think straight. In 2008, when the world was panicking, Buffett wasn't refreshing the news. He wrote a $5 billion check to Goldman Sachs with a 10% dividend and juicy warrants on top. He invests when others are scared and chills when others chase. Buffett's superpower, chill over IQ. Buffett's not the smartest guy in the room. He'll tell you that himself. His edge? Staying calm when everyone else loses it. Back in 1965, he took over a dying textile mill called Berkshire Hathaway. Today, it's a $1.16 trillion empire, owning Dairy Queen and half of corporate America. How? He learned one thing from his mentor, Ben Graham. Stocks aren't lottery tickets, they're businesses. If he could buy 10% of a classmate's future income, he wouldn't pick the genius. He'd pick the one with integrity, generosity, and grind, because talent fades. But habits? They compound. Buffett doesn't care about your resume. He cares if you do what you say, and do it consistently. The billionaires who started with $2,500. Buffett didn't just find good businesses. He found legendary grinders. Story 1. Rose Blumkin. Russian immigrant. Couldn't read or write English. Saved up $2,500. Built Nebraska Furniture Mart into a billion-dollar beast. Sold cheap. Worked nonstop. Crushed competitors. Buffett bought it for $60 million. She kept working until she was 103. Story 2. Jack Taylor. Navy vet. Started with 17 cars and $25,000. Named his company after his World War II battleship, Enterprise. By 2025, it's worth over $30 billion, more than Hertz and Avis combined. Buffett's take? They didn't invent anything new. They just delighted customers. No app, no algorithm, just grit, low prices, and better service than the other guy. These weren't tech bros, they were old-school grinders. Buffett saw their unsexy greatness and backed it. Why most people can't do this? Buffett says most people are too busy trying to be clever when they should be trying to be clear. He says, academics want formulas. I want a good business. Everyone's trying to trade earnings season, election cycles, interest rates. Buffett ignored Amazon for years, waited decades to touch Apple, and he's totally fine with that. I don't need to make money in every game. That's not fear, that's discipline. Stay in your lane. Buffett doesn't touch crypto, didn't jump on Tesla, skipped the dot-com bubble entirely, not because he's out of touch, because he's honest. He just says, I don't understand it, and moves on. That's his superpower, saying no 99 times to protect the one big yes. In 2011, he finally caved and bought $10 billion of IBM. By 2018, he bailed, called it a rare miss, didn't cry, didn't blame, just owned it. Buffett built a $1 trillion empire with gum, soda, furniture, and insurance. No unicorns, no moonshots, just cash cows. His test is simple. Can I explain how this business makes money in 10 words or less? If not, he's out. He didn't need to ride the tech boom. He stayed in his lane and still became richer than 99% of the planet. Now, recap time. Warren Buffett is living proof that boring wins. While everyone chased unicorns, IPOs, and whatever coin Elon tweeted about, he bought furniture stores, rented boring cars, and ate McDonald's every single morning. And somehow, he ended up with $160 billion from his first stock at age 11, a $38 lesson in patience, to a $1 trillion empire built on chewing gum and insurance. Buffett beat Wall Street by ignoring it. His edge? He waits. He understands what he buys. He does nothing on purpose, and he still lives in Nebraska. He once said, if you only had 20 punches to make financial decisions your whole life, you'd choose them carefully, and you'd still get rich. So yeah, you don't need to move fast. You need to move right. Your coffee's jittery, your watch list's bleeding, and your brain's yelling, do something. Don't. Sometimes, the smartest trade is no trade. So hit that subscribe button and learn how to think in decades, not dopamine. We've got more no-fluff, fun takes on personal finance, investing, and building a smarter life. No yachts, no gurus, no magic, just real talk. See you in the next one.